If you're tired of hearing the same old advice about hustling harder, grinding longer, and sacrificing your life for your business, I'm here to tell you, there's a better way. A way that's actually less stressful, more sustainable, and actually leads to greater success. And once I understood that there's a whole bunch of lies, I broke free from the relentless hustle culture and transformed not only my business, but the level of the impact that I could make. And I created a fulfilling lifestyle that I could actually enjoy. And that's what I want for you. So let's get right into what these lies are and let's bust them. So the first lie is that you need a big audience to start a membership. That's just not true. The most important thing that you need to do is to actually get going. And unfortunately, a lot of people wait thinking that they've got to build this audience before they'll have enough people to launch a membership. But the truth of the matter is, with a smaller audience, you'll actually experience much higher conversions. And with that smaller audience, you then begin to learn what it is that your audience really wants. I think of Anna Saucier. She launched her membership live at one of our events. She didn't have a big audience. She had 346 people in a Facebook group, but she did it right there and then, ended up generating over $5,000 in revenue by the end of that weekend. It was incredible. Or I think of Jennifer Chamberlain. She never imagined herself having a full-blown business. She was a grandma who wanted to help other women her age learn how to paint. She didn't have a big, gigantic audience, but she started with 20 founding members. And then after that first year had grown it to 100, after year 2 was 200, but year 3 was the year that she hit her inflection point and welcomed over 2,000 members. It was $1 million membership. And it all started with just 20 members. So you don't need a big audience to get started. The most important thing is that you get going. And that's gonna bring me to the second lie that unfortunately holds a lot of people back. So the second lie is that you gotta have a whole bunch of content before you can launch a membership. But here's the reality. Most people who cancel from a membership are doing it because of one particular reason, and that's overwhelm. It's not the content that's the problem, it's that the volume of content is too much and it's creating overwhelm, and that's why they're leaving. So what does this mean for you? Well, it means that you don't need to create a ton of content in order to create the value that will keep people paying month after month after month. In fact, sometimes less is actually more in terms of the experience you create. I'll give you an example. My wife and I, we run a membership called bookmembership.com. And we actually don't have a whole bunch of deliverables. The whole purpose of the membership is to help people go deep in 6 books a year. So there are 3 deliverables that are provided to the members over a 2-month span. First is a reading plan for a book. My wife breaks down whatever book that we may be reading in the book membership over those 2 months, and she creates a reading plan. So that's the first deliverable. Second deliverable is we then meet and have almost like a mastermind discussion about what it is that we are reading, really going in depth about the book itself and processing the lessons that we're learning. And then the third deliverable is we actually host the author of these incredible best-selling books, and we get to ask them questions. So when you take a step back and you look at that membership, there's only 3 deliverables over a 2-month span: a reading plan, a book discussion, and a author Q&A. But the value of that membership is so high with each of those deliverables. And so people don't want a whole bunch of stuff because it just creates clutter and overwhelm. So when it comes to content, less is actually best. Use it as an opportunity to learn from your members about what they want and then create content around that. Now I'm going to get to the third lie that holds people back from launching a membership. So the third lie is that you can just set it and forget it. As much as I would love for that to be true, that it was completely passive and you never have to worry about members once they join, it's just not true. The name of the game with memberships is once a member joins, you and I want to be hyper-focused on retention, because the longer a member stays, the more money that we make in the membership. So the name of the game is all about retention. And that means that you do actually have to pay attention to your members and you do actually have to care about their success. But isn't that an amazing business model? That you and I get paid more money the more we care about the success of our clients and customers? That's what a membership is all about. It's not about setting and forgetting. It's about once members are in, just caring for them and helping them achieve the outcome that they're after. That brings me to number 4. So the fourth lie that holds people back from launching a membership is that you've got to be in marketing mode all the time. And that can feel overwhelming and exhausting. But here's a little insider secret. The less you promote, the more members you will welcome. What? That seems counterintuitive, but there's 2 different types of marketing plans. There's an open marketing plan, which means that you are open 24/7. And P.S., if you do decide to utilize one of those marketing plans, then you've got to come up with a reason for people to buy today. Because if you don't, they're going to save it for later, and that's the kiss of death for marketing. But the second marketing plan is something called a closed marketing plan. And what that means is that you're only open a few times a year. Now, I know this sounds counterintuitive, but by being open just a few times a year, it creates more pent-up urgency for people to join the membership during those times that you are open. For example, Allie Kay in our community initially had an open membership model, and it took her 2 years to welcome about 1,400 members, which is pretty darn good. But she decided to be open in terms of the idea of closing her membership. Now, this initially scared her because she's like, I don't know if I can welcome as many members if I close it. But here's what happened. She did her first closed membership promotion, and she ended up welcoming over 3,000 members in a single week. So it took her 2 years to get to 1,400 members, and in 1 week, she welcomed more than 3,000. Why? Because there was a reason for people to buy today. And that's what you got to remember from a marketing perspective. It's not about being open all the time. It's about creating urgency to join the membership today. So you don't have to be open all the time. You don't have to be promoting all the time. You can close it and you'll actually end up welcoming more members. That brings me to number 5. The 5th lie is that you've got to be a tech whiz to be able to pull off this whole membership thing. The reality is today, the tools are so sophisticated to make the process super simple for you. Tools like membership.io. Now, of course, I'm incredibly biased because I just may happen to be one of the founders, but nonetheless, it is a tool specifically designed to make your life easy. But then there's examples like Cheryl Hatch, who used to get freaked out by the tech, and it held her back from actually launching her membership. So she asked herself a really powerful question. How can I keep this super simple? And what she realized was that she could deliver the content for her membership via email. That was something that she was comfortable with. And then the community, in that scenario, she just held on Facebook. So it was a very simple solution. She delivered the content via email and had a Facebook group for the community. She welcomed more than 600 paying members before she ever moved to a membership platform. So yes, there are incredible tools that make this very simple, like membership.io. But at the end of the day, the most important piece of the puzzle is that you get going. And if that means just delivering the content via email, then great. So make it simple for you and your people so you get going. So now that we've debunked these lies, it's absolutely time to take action, because your business can thrive without the constant grind. But it's not enough to just acquire this knowledge. You've actually got to apply it to reap the benefits. If you're ready to get started with the fastest and easiest way to launch, then go watch this video where I walk you through my world famous founding member launch. And that way, you'll be able to get your membership site launched and start growing that membership business. Can't wait to see you there, and I look forward to hearing about your membership success. Woohoo!